The Boeing 777 is one of the safest and most successful aircraft in aviation history. If you've been on a long-haul flight in the last 20 years, there's a high probability that you've been on one. First entering service in 1995 with United Airlines, it is now a member of over 50 different airlines fleets. Normally referred to as the 777, it has become a firm favorite with airlines and pilots alike. The airlines love the way its performance affects their balance sheets, and pilots love it for its simplicity and versatility. The 777 project was conceived as long ago as 1988. At the time, Boeing was under considerable commercial pressure. The economy was suffering, and for the first time in its history, the company was facing very real competition. Airlines were starting to have a real choice of aircraft to fulfill their needs, with Airbus in Europe becoming a major player in the airliner industry. Airlines wanted a smaller aircraft that had the range of the popular Boeing 747 jumbo jet and could carry fewer passengers. This would enable them to profitably operate routes that didn't have the demand for a larger aircraft. To fulfill this requirement, Boeing's original plan was to expand on its last aircraft, the 767. An Emirates 777-200 LER at Perg Airport. Image credit: Peter Boeing via Shutterstock. Carrying around 200 passengers, the 767 wasn't quite big enough for what airlines wanted, so Boeing would have to increase both its passenger capacity and flying range. Initial designs had stretched versions of the aircraft and also taking inspiration from the 747 version that had an upper deck at the rear of the aircraft. While Boeing hoped that these new designs would satisfy their customers, the airlines weren't impressed. Airbus was putting forward their designs for the A330 and A340, and McDonnell Douglas had their new and improved MD-11. To remain competitive, Boeing needed a new plan, and fast. What was needed to impress the airlines and win their business was a whole new concept. A new way of thinking. A new way of designing and manufacturing airliners. The 777 was the first commercial airliner to be designed entirely by computer. A new software program created by Boeing enabled engineers to model aircraft parts and spot any interference between various components. By eliminating these problems at the design stage, engineers were able to streamline the manufacturing process. On the aircraft, Boeing brought in sweeping changes too. In the flight deck, gone were the analog dials of the 767, and in were high-resolution computer screens. The 777 also became Boeing's first fly-by-wire aircraft, meaning that the controls surfaces on the wings and tail were operated by electrical signals sent by wire from the controls in the flight deck.